Hey guys, what is up? So, new project time. I got a Galaga here with a 60-in-1 board in it, flat screen monitor that I bought, and over here we have a Make Tracks machine that was converted into a Galaga. It has a CRT TV that needs recapped monitor, not TV. 19-inch. K7000. It just needs recapped, I believe, and an original forgive the light here, an original Galaga board. So my plan is to take this and that and flip them and make this an original Galaga, back to an original Galaga. This works fine. There's a couple different things I need to do with that. This needs that done, and to do the 60-in-1 I got to repaint. And so let's get this K7000 out of here. And caps came in, they're right here, capacitors for the K7000. And so I'm going to pull this. I'm going to pull this K7000. I already took pictures and everything I needed. And the first thing I need to do is I need to attach this guy over here, alligator clips. So this guy goes here, and we're just going to de-energize the monitor. And I just put that on there like that. We go under the anode. It's not plugged in. And we're just going to touch it a couple times underneath. Oh, sorry. Underneath that anode right there, if I can. Jeez. Yeah. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it back out, put it back in, and it just decided to let go. So do that again. And it is now, should be now safe. So we are going to take anode off. What I usually do is I put my finger under there. You can see, well, you can sort of see there's wires underneath there that clip in, and we're just going to take those clips. It's like two different pieces of wire that goes in the anode. Wow, and these are a little hard, actually. These are, oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. So that is, well, here, let me show you. This is what, God, I can barely see here. I need to put this someplace else. Okay. This is what is in there. So there's two wires here and here. Usually there's some dielectric grease in there or something up in here. So that's off. First step is that. Now we're going to take this guy off just like that. He just pops right off, and it's got a little bit of webs here from spiders. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to go in here and there's actually two screws on the inside, right in here. So one's right here on the bottom, Okay. Oops. And of course it's not cooperating. So let me grab a different flathead. See if I can get between that. There we go. Now I got a blade on it. So there's actually just 2 screws holding this whole thing up. So as soon as I pull this one, there's 1 screw. And then as soon as I pull the other one, it's gonna come flying down. So I gotta be ready for it. Oops. There we go. It's because I can't really see it. It's back there, and like you guys can't see it, and I know about where it is, but just doesn't want to cooperate. So no, just doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. I might have it. No. Almost. So, I think I got it. I can hand unscrew it. So, there we go. Just gonna take that out. Now we got a couple things here holding it. We got this guy. Okay, we're gonna take that off. And then we have this rainbow cable, and we'll just kind of shimmy that off. There we go. So that's like that. And I think we got one more thing stuck to it, and it is I believe there's a ground here. Oh, now here. So this guy has to come off, and then okay, these go into here. So this could be a problem. Well, I'll just go back to the video. So this yellow right here, yellow purple is white. We're gonna just remember that, because these have to be, I have to take this completely out. And then actually they're both yellow purple. they're both yellow purple. So okay, well, that doesn't really help me much, but all right, we're good. So wait a minute, we're not good. I still got one thing. Okay, so I still got the now I did take a picture of this this guy here. So this just pops off, that pops off, and now we are good. So what I'm going to do is, in the next segment, is I'm going to replace all these capacitors. This one, not the filter cap. It didn't look bad. Typically you don't have to replace them via Overtime Arcade. He's the one who told me that. The only thing I see here, see all this goop? I don't know if that's just from the shutdown pot, or what that's from. That board definitely needs definitely needs cleaned. Wow. I don't know if that's glue from that. It actually like traveled over and glued itself to this. Possibly. We'll find out. So, coming up, I'll have the cap kit, and I'll do all these capacitors on the channel. So stay tuned. Hey, what is good, guys? So we are now, I have a K7000 up here, getting ready to do the cap kit. You can see I have the caps here, I have the board here, I have all of where everything goes here. Soldering iron is already getting hot, and I have everything I need. Flux pen, yeah, flux pen fluxing, and desoldering pen. So we're good to go, and I'm going to start on this. I'm just going to put you guys in and down so you can see the action. Okay, there we go. So I just gotta keep it right here. So I guess we'll start with actually this guy here. I'm gonna have to pull off then. Actually, I have to get a cutter. Oh, actually, I have one. Do I have one? I thought I had one in here. And it's gone. So, actually, I have scissors. Right over here. So, not to worry. So I only have to cut one side of this. But, well, actually here, I'll just cut it right here. Being careful not to cut the wires. That's just a level of added protection so nobody gets shocked. You know, if you put your hand on that when it's live, it will jolt you quite a bit. So you can see here, okay, 7,000 19-inch. It's for a 19-inch. Actually, you can use this for a 25-inch. It's a P447. So you can use this for a 25 as well. I've actually used this when I had that Mortal Kombat 2, and it will work for that as well. How do I know this? Because I had it on with one, the exact same model. So, okay. So let's start this thing. So we got, let's see. What do we have on here? Actually, I don't think there's any caps on here. I didn't even have to remove that because there's no caps. So that was worthless. Okay, so let's move on to this then. Usually there's caps on the neck board. This time there wasn't. So the K7000 is good. It's great. I mean, one of the best chassis ever built, but it doesn't have underneath, you know, a lot of boards will have what's up here, like C10. See that C10? They'll have that underneath. So because it doesn't have it underneath, you have to trace it and make sure you're pulling the right one. So usually I start on the outside edge like this guy. So C46. So we're just gonna follow that, and we're gonna flip it. know it's right here. So I'm going to take my desoldering pen and actually, you know what? Before I do this, I'm going to look to see if this was ever recapped. I didn't see a sticker, but that doesn't mean it wasn't. Because it looks like it has been recapped. Because you can see here, where is it? This is where we unsoldered, right here. You can see these are long. See how long they are? They're not factory. This one's not factory. You can see because it's got a long tip on it. So somebody probably recapped this. But there's no sticker on it telling me when it would have been recapped. I don't see a sticker. I don't see anything telling me. Usually there is. So, well, we're just going to do it. So, it really could have been any time, really. All right, so there's one. I'm just going to heat this up. Now, I'm going to have to use the flux because it's not, all the solder doesn't want to come out, so we're just going to use the flux a little bit, and hopefully now I'm just going to wiggle it a little bit. Actually, I'm going to pull this up. That one's loose. And it should pull right out. With a little bit of, there we go. There it is. There's the old one. I don't know if that's original or not. They might have recapped some of them, but not all of them. So let's see what this gets. So that is C46. So we're going to look on the paper here. C46. Right there. And what I do is I just take this guy and I put a little hole right there. And I know. I used to use a pen and I was like, well, all I gotta do is just poke a hole in it with the soldering iron. It's good to go. Okay, so we know that is a 470/35. So that's what we need to look for, is a 470/35. That is not. That is not. And there it is, 470/35. So these guys here are a pain because they come in these. But what I'll do is I'll just pull that off like that, and then usually with a little bit of effort I can get these off. There we go. Yeah. Just trying to get it all off. So that's all I need. All I need is one. There's two with it. So And then the other thing I gotta know is, excuse me while I go beat my cat. Harry, get out of there, come on. Okay. I didn't actually beat my cat. Okay. So we gotta find which one is positive and which one is negative. So in order to do that, it's right here. See the plus right there? So that's how we know that that's positive. The longer side always goes to the positive. Very easy that way. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it back around. And what I like to do is just hold it, okay, and then just get a little bit of solder, a little bit. We'll need a lot, and then just tack it. So I'm just tacking it on a little bit just to hold it. Okay, then it's tacked on. Now we're going to put the, what I used to do is I used to pull these apart like that. And it would kind of mess it up. So I keep them straight. And now I can just fill the solder on either side. And boom, we're done. Done with that. Okay, and then what I need to do is I need to clip these. So I just take one at a time. There's one. Here's the other one. Got it. I want to make sure they're down to about the edge. And so that one should be good. That one should be good to go. And here it is right here. It's that guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of these, and then we'll just skip to the end until we put the board back in. And I won't do the whole process, but I'll do a couple of these. So why don't we do C45 here, right there, this guy. So we'll just do that. I see where that's at. It's right here. Oops. Oh, now this doesn't want to. There we go. A whole bunch of solder came out of that. I'm going to do the other one. Actually, I'll do this one here again. There we go. Okay. That pulled right out. Look at that. There you go. So C, I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna check it again just to make sure it's C45. So we're gonna look here. C45. Be right here. Put a hole in it. So, oh yeah, forgot to look at what it was. 470.35. Oh, it's the same one we had. So It's going to be, I just had it here. Where'd it go? There's what's left of it. Is this it? No. 470. Oh, here it is. 470.35. And it's right on the side here. 470 microfarads, 35 volts. UF is microfarad. Capacitors are basically like a battery, only they only store electricity for so long, then it passes through, and when the I can't remember the word. When the juice inside, let's just call it juice, wears out and dissipates, it's dead. So, and then you get all kinds of crazy things going on the screen. So, positive is down. We're going to put it in a long down there. And then you can always tell it's on the negative by the white right there, just like this on this side. See the white? Alright guys, sorry I had to pause the video there. My daughter came in. She just passed her driver's test and she went out for a drive. So yeah, that was a little, I was asking her how it was. So I'm ready to cut these off, and we're just gonna cut these. There we go. And then once I'm done with everything, I'll go back through all these capacitors and make sure the plus is plus and minus is minus. And another thing I wanted to do while we're here is take a look at this flyback. So if you can see here, there's some, there's some gunk on here. I don't know if you can see that. Oh boy. See, this is going to be a problem possibly. You see the cracks there and there? That's an issue. There's a crack. Hold on. And you can see it here. It stretches over to here. And then there's one up here as well. And it looks like it stretches down and over. So this is going to need probably a new flyback on this K7000, which is going to cost about 30 bucks, 45 with shipping. So, but yeah, we'll change. I'll change these capacitors and we'll plug her in and see what happens. But I'm pretty sure this flyback's going to need replaced eventually here. One thing you can do is seal this up with glue, but it only works temporarily. It's not a permanent fix by any means. So, all right, let's see here. So I did this one and this guy. So I guess I'll do this big one here. It's C50. So I think it's, I believe it's right here. These two guys right there. Boom, boom. So we're just gonna, I don't know if I can get that out of the way. Now I lost it. See, that's how easy it is to lose it. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. So right here, this is gonna pick up a lot of solder. A lot of solder. I want you to see just how much comes out here. I push it up. Hold on. It got trapped up there. See all the flakes? That's how much solder came out. Sometimes it gets all over the board too, so you got to be careful. You definitely don't want to use solder on the board, making contact with things. I'm going to make sure it's all off. And once I do these, I'll take contact cleaner and clean this whole thing. Take contact cleaner on the front, clean it. Yeah. So, looks like I didn't quite get it. Got it. Yeah. Now this, I think, is an original. Yeah, that's definitely an original cap. I don't think that company exists anymore. Zycon. Oh, maybe. I don't know. So let's see. That is, yeah. What is that? Actually, you got to be careful here because this says C25 right there, and this says C50. So it's actually C50 because there's nothing else over here. So it's C50 except this transistor right here. So we want to do C50. So we're just going to put that there, and it's a 1025. So it's probably this big bad boy right here. No, it's not. Let's see, 1000. I know I had it before. I had it. And you can see some of these aren't as big as their predecessor, and that's because of, you know, it doesn't have to be as big. Yeah. No. 1025. Oh, here it is. So there it is. Here's one. So we'll just pull that and take the tape off, and you can see, yeah, actually it's about the same size, but sometimes they're smaller. Sometimes they are smaller. So we're just gonna put, make sure the plus is up here. So we're gonna put that long one on up here, and short one there. I'm gonna push it down. This one's a little, it's gonna turn a little bit. These are gonna turn a little bit. There's nothing I can do about that because it's basically oversized. So it's gonna fan out a little bit. But I'm just gonna tack that, and then we're gonna do the full pyramid. You want a nice pyramid on these. You want them basically to look like a mound or solder, like a pyramid. It comes up, and I've been doing it for so long that I can probably do it with my blindfolded, you know. Probably not though, because you know, if I was blindfolded, I wouldn't be able to see anything. So, yep, that one's in there real nice. And I guess we'll do this one, C57. So that one is here and here. So now somebody did a modification. I've seen this on other K7000s, this stretching over to here. Yeah, so I'm not sure why they did that, because this whole area is touching each other. At least I think it is. So they created a bridge basically to go from here to here to make sure there's electrical contact going between the two of them. Maybe there wasn't prior. So I'm just going to see if I have a C57, because yes, I do. I have a C57. So we're going to unsolder there. And this is probably going to come up this little bridge because it's attached to it. Oops. And let me do the other side first. There we go. So you know what this is? This is actually the leg. This is the leg of this one. So all I really need to do, I don't need to really, what I need to do is just cut it here. And then feed it and basically okay, I need something that'll get under that. I can't, wow, that won't even barely get under it. There we go. I just need to lift it a little bit. There we go. Now it should slide out. So let me, I'm just gonna take it off a little more. Alright, so I'm basically holding underneath, and I'm just gonna pull that out and pull this side out. And there's what we have. It doesn't look like there's an issue there, but like I said, sometimes you can't even tell. So that was, what was that? C57. And this stuff here you see here, that's just glue that they put on the shutdown pot. And it kind of traveled its way over and got on everything, but it's just glue. That's all it is. It's not corrosion or anything like that. So, what did I say it was? Now I'm losing it. C57. So C57. And that is a 47250. That's a pretty big one. Well, it's not that one. So it was that one. 47. Here it is. Well, actually, it's not as big as what I thought it was. It's actually pretty small. You know what, though? I just thought of something. Let me see something here. You know what? Okay. Here's the difference between the P447 that was on the 25-inch and the P447 here. See these little holes right here? There's a board that actually sits in there on the other one. And I wonder if that has to do with changing it from a 19-inch to a 25-inch. And maybe Overtime Arcade can answer that question. I will have to ask him myself if he doesn't listen to this or watch this, to see what the answer to that is. So, but now that I put this down, I'm going to double check it. So C57 was a 47-250. This is a 47-250. And we are going to put that baby in right there. Just like that. It's going to fan out a little bit. That's okay. It's just oversized for the board. And we are going to put some solder on it. This is what you want. You want a nice, like, pointed shaped cone, basically. A pyramid. Sort of. Okay. And we're gonna chop these off. Yes, I know I'm using a scissors for this, but it saves me from going downstairs and grabbing the other thing because I already started. See this guy right here? That's a little too long for my taste. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna chop that off a little bit because that doesn't need to be that long. Okay, you can see there's been all kinds of board work done here. Right here, here, all over the place. There's been changes. This is factory right here. This is all redone. You know, redone here, these, all over the place. So it's been worked on a time or two. So let's do, I don't think the filter cap is included with it. That would be C55, but I don't believe that's, no, that's not with it. Okay. What I don't like though is, see right here? See that little piece of solder underneath there? I don't know why that's there. That's kind of strange. I think I'm just gonna take that out. I don't know why it would have been there. So we're just gonna get rid of that. Okay. Okay, let's see a big one. A big one. This blue guy right here. That is going to be... Actually, I can't see it. I can't see it, but it's right here. It's right here. So, wait, yeah, right there. So, I'm going to definitely pull some solder out of this. This has been redone before, for sure. And you can probably see how much solder comes out of this. See that? That's how much solder was in that. Quite a bit. So we're gonna do, I lost it. Oh, here it is. Here and then here. Okay. That one there, you can see that gunk on it? That's not a good sign. So that's an original cap. So basically when the people did this, they must have did some of the caps, but not all of them. That is C. Good Lord, I can't see it. 56. 56. Okay, 56. 22. 250. So. And 20, that's 220.50, not 22.250. Okay, let me make sure. 22.250. These are too small. 22. Oh, it's over here. It was hiding on me. So we're just gonna put that in plus, minus, and you're gonna turn it around. Right there. And this one's not pushing, so I'm just going to tack this on real quick. Oops. Here we go. And just one side at a time so it doesn't fall out. Done. Done. All right, so let me do this big one. I don't know where the big one goes. Oh, I must go here. So it's actually under here. See that huge one? So that's gonna be I don't know, what is that? Boy, I can't even see it. It's way down in there. It's like right there. Well, I'll take it out. It's these two right here. This one right here and this guy right there. So we're gonna take it out. And a lot came out of that. Cleaning off my soldering tip. Okay, so we're gonna try to stick our finger down in here and loosen this thing. See if I can get it loose. Whoop, jeez. Sort of. sort of got loose. All right. You know what I should do? I should do this again because there's still solder on there. All right, so now I'm going to try push it out. And wow, that is one big one, I gotta tell you. And it's hard to get to, very hard to get to. All right, let me try to pull this out because okay. Well, it's as far over as it's gonna get. So yeah, wow. Okay. Instead, let me try to push it out this way. Wow, that is really, really difficult. All right, try it again. All right. Okay, I got that side. That side's gone. It's out. There we go, now it came out. Let's check it out. Well, it looks pretty good. So let's identify it now. C40. C40 right here, 2235 volts. So it's going to be this big guy right here. That's what that is. Now the only issue is it's going to be a pain in the butt to try to fit it in there. How do I know? Because I've done it before. And it's a tight space. So for sure it's going to be a pain. So we got to find where the positive is. I think I see it there. Yeah, so positive. Wow. Positive goes here. Negative goes there. There we go. Well, that wasn't too bad, actually. Not as bad as what I thought it was going to be. All right, let's tack it on. Oh, I'm trying to tack it on. There we go. And there. Now I got one side on. I just got to get the other side. done. Alright, let me just cut these guys off. Good Lord. Alright. That's good to go. Alright. Well, I mean, all I have left is what you see here. These caps here. So I have about, I don't know, about 20 or so. 20 something. But that's all the big caps. So, oh, well, here's one. Forgot about that one. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to do all these little ones, and I'll meet you guys downstairs, and then we'll put the board in and we'll test it. See you guys then. Hey guys, we're back in the arcade. I have the new capacitors all installed. You can see them all there. They're all brand new, all except for the filter cap. And I'm ready to turn this thing on and see what happens. So let's do it. I already have it plugged in, and I'm going to turn it on. We're going to see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to come over here, and we got a test pattern. It's loading Galaga. Okay. Well. Oh well. There's still. Well. It kind of needs to be some of the colors need to be changed, because you can see it's still green, but it's way better than what it was. There goes player 1. It's out of alignment. You can see this is way up, and the score is way out of the way. But this is the problem here. We have these bars, and we have this like stretching going on this side of the screen. So that is probably something else going on. So I have to research and get back. But the caps look good. I'm just gonna come back here, and I'm gonna try to level out the brightness. So the brightness, you gotta be careful in here, but the brightness is on the flyback. It's right here. Oh no, that's focus. This is brightness. So you can kind of see right there. That's green. That's more green. So that's kind of what we want right there. So let's check that out. Yeah, so well, the colors are all off. We do have, so we kind of have, that's kind of weird. It's kind of bleeding a little bit, and the colors are off. So, I'm gonna have to consult the technical manual and form for this one, probably. It looks like something else is just amiss on it. So, but it definitely needed to be recapped. You can tell that because if you saw the pictures of it before, you saw how bad this looked. It looked really bad. Really, there was no color in it at all. And now at least looks, half decent, sort of. So, let's see if it plays. Oh yeah, it plays. Sure, plays good. And that's an original Galaga board right there. So, but see here, doesn't look like there's anything wrong over here. Okay, yeah, you can see it. You see when they go in, see how it kind of messes up right there. See, they're not going over the screen, and this needs to be squished down. This needs to be, the horizontal, the vertical needs to be messed with, and which happens when you recap a system, unfortunately. So I'm gonna research this, and we're gonna get back to it, and I'm gonna fix it. So, but it definitely needs recapped, and I'm just I wish it was better, but it is what it is. So we'll just go with it and learn something else from it. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Have a good one.